We're here today with Shane Owens. And Shane, you've had a long history in the music business, but you've got a new project out now. Tell some of the fans that may not know about your history and how long that you've been doing things. Kind of tell them about where you started and kind of work up to today, where you're at now.
Well, I grew up in a small town in Alabama, and we were in church every Sunday morning. Grandmother made sure of that, and we grew up singing in the church. And then after high school, my first love was football and baseball. I lettered 4 years in each one of those sports, and that was my first love. But after I graduated high school, I kind of wanted to get in the music business, and God gave me an awesome talent that I don't take for granted. So in about the last 16 years, I've kind of honed my craft, I guess, and we've been so fortunate to get on a brand new label. But I grew up in a small town in Alabama where we farm, hunt, fish, all the country boy stuff growing up. But yeah, I've got so many influences, and we've been so blessed to be sitting here today on a brand new label with a brand new single coming out.
Absolutely.
So it's just exciting times.
Absolutely. Talk a little bit about, because the music business is not an easy business when you talk about the business side of it, and you've had some hard lessons that you've had to learn, and some close calls that you almost had stuff, and talk about kind of how that affects your songwriting and how it bleeds into what you're doing.
Well, I think not just because I'm a country singer. Country music is the best genre of music there is out there to me. We all have our own opinion. But growing up and having to not endure the overnight success story and working 15 or 16 years, it's made me appreciate the business. And, I wouldn't go back and change anything. I'm glad that it's turned out like it has. And I've learned a lot from other artists, opening up for other artists, bigger names, and learning how to, work a crowd. And just getting that experience that you would not otherwise get. Some artists they go out and they get lucky enough to get a deal and get on a label without playing the honky tonks and the smoky bars and doing that. But like I say, I wouldn't trade it any other way. But we've been working real hard, and it's not easy. If it was easy, I think everybody do it.
Absolutely.
And, I'm not going to tell any fibs. I've thought about throwing in the towel several nights, and I laid there in the bed looking at the ceiling wondering what I'm doing wrong, why?
Yeah.
Why not me?
Why not? Why didn't I get that break?
Yeah, but I wouldn't change anything, and the experiences I've had, and at my age now, not that I'm old or anything, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm glad it worked out like it has.
Talk about the new single, because I know it's coming out later this summer or next month. Actually, summer's halfway over already. But talk about the single, and did you write the song, or was it co-write?
Well, I actually did not. One of my best friends, Galen Griffin, wrote this song, and me and Galen have a lot of similarities in our music. He's a kind of old, traditional type artist, and that's what I patterned myself after the Keith Whitleys and Randy Travis and stuff like that. Speaking of Randy, he's made his first cameo appearance since his stroke in this video. And that's just like a dream come true for me.
Absolutely. Who wouldn't love that?
He was one of my heroes growing up, and I always loved his music. And we're so excited about the new single. Like I say, Galen Griffin wrote it. And it's just pure hardcore, old school traditional country music. And you can't replace that sound. And I'm just very excited. I can't wait to see what happens at radio. And we've already getting good responses on the video. We had like 107,000 hits in 5 days.
That's pretty good, yeah.
And just for like I said, for Randy to be a part of the project, it's just overwhelming still for me.
Absolutely. Talk a little bit about how did that come about, that you got Randy to be in the video?
Well, we were talking a while ago. I thought about throwing in the towel a couple of times, and then I had a label, Daniel and Dana Bloom of Marymount Records, approached me and come see me at one of my live shows, and they was like, "You want a record deal?" And I was like, absolutely.
Of course, that's why we're all here.
Who would say no after 15 years, and what all I've been through. And it's so funny how it worked out. Daniel and Dana and Randy and Mary, Randy's wife, are best friends.
Oh, okay.
They're all from Texas. It's a Texas-based, Nashville and Texas-based label. And Randy, they were going on a trip somewhere together, and Daniel put the CD in there, and Randy heard it, and he's like, "This guy's country. I want to be a part of this project." So it's just like the good Lord's had his hand on this project from day one.
That's a great story. That that's everybody doesn't get that, so that's cool. We'll talk about your heroes, and everybody kind of has that pinnacle thing that they dream of. And I'm sure when you first started, it was, to be on the Opry or to win an award. And, as you've grown older, everything changes. So what's your goals as of now? I mean, are you going for a number one? Are you going for the big awards? What's still your big dream?
Well, I like any other artist. I'd love to have a couple of number one hits. But I want to, I want people to, I want to be able to go out and share the talent that the good Lord give me, and people say, not only is he a good country singer, I want them to think that, hopefully, but he's a good guy. He's a good traditional artist. He don't get in trouble. He ain't out there doing all the wrong things. He's just a good old Southern country boy, raised with gospel tendencies, and I can't thank my mother and daddy and my family enough for that. Just a good old boy that God bless, to sing country music. I'd rather, them remember me that than have a house full of awards.
Absolutely.
I'd take the awards if I got them,
Absolutely.
absolutely. But I just want people to be able to go out and share my music and have people accept me for my talent and the songs I sing about.
I like that outlook. Yeah,
That
absolutely.
would be great.
And again, kind of going into how times have changed, because you've been in the business for a long time. Social media has such a huge impact now on how we get music to our fans, and always having to kind of think outside the box and do that. So have you done anything to garner new fans in any new ways, doing anything maybe with video or any of the social medias?
Absolutely. You can go to Facebook, you can go to shaneowenscountry.com, and go to all those links on there. We're doing the Twitter and the Instagram. People make fun of me. I still got a flip phone, but I can get on the internet with my flip phone. My wife and kids make fun of me all the time about that flip phone, but absolutely, it's social media has just been great for independent artists like me that's got new deals that are signed or not signed to get their music out there. And radio's tough nowadays. It's tough to get your songs played. You've got to have a great radio team and a great label behind you, and it's just it's tough. Any way you look at it, it's tough. But social media absolutely helps.
Have you found that fans, because they can connect with you so much closer, whereas in the past an artist kind of was up on a pedestal and they couldn't really get to them and talk to them, whereas now on social media you really can talk to somebody directly through Twitter or through Facebook. So have fans come up to you maybe after a show and say, hey, I'm so-and-so from Facebook, and I asked you this or told you this, where you got to meet them in person, and maybe a story that really related to something that you were singing about?
Sure. I mean, I've had that happen in my shows, and that's that's one cool thing about, like we were talking about, the social media and the Facebook things. People actually feel like they're a part of something where they can get online and send you a message, and then for you to take the time, and every artist should do this at some point, take the time to get back to those folks. I know it's hard on a lot of, we've got people that do that kind of stuff for us, but I actually go on there and look at mine, and I appreciate that, getting messages I get messages from people I went to high school with I hadn't seen in years.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And we're proud of you, we love you, we're
Yeah.
excited for what's going on in your life right now,
Yeah.
and it's just, to be able to have that relationship with fans is awesome.
Ever surprised any of them with a phone call or sent them a gift? I know there's some artists that have done, some of those kind of things. Ever done anything like that?
Actually, we have. We've sent them T-shirts, pictures, signed photos, and just different things. And we've, I've always been a big fan of our military, and we have a lot of soldiers that are fans of my music, and I always make sure I get back with them, because at the end of the day, they're the real heroes in this country.
Absolutely.
They're fighting where me and you could be over here doing stuff like this and enjoying ourselves. So I always absolutely make sure to get back to those men and women that serve our country. So it's special to be able to have that relationship and be able to talk with them through social media.
Very cool. Now, are you going to be going out and doing radio tours now, promoting this new single that you've got coming out?
Yes, ma'am. We're leaving. As a matter of fact, the first of next week we're leaving on the second leg of the radio tour, and I think this song, that's all about a song. And this song, whether I sing it or anybody else sing it, this song is just one of those songs that people pay attention to. I believe the pendulum for traditional country music is swinging back around more, and I'm seeing it in my live shows. I'm seeing it at radio. But I can't tell you how thankful I am to have this song on the record.
Absolutely.
And to
yeah.
be able, to have the God-given talent to deliver the song. And like I say, we've already got a lot of stations playing it. But we're going out on this radio tour starting next week. I think we're leaving and we're coming back through Nashville, going to Kentucky, through Ohio, Virginia, just several places, and I can't wait to get out there because those people at radio, I mean, without them we couldn't, nobody hear our song. So we got to get out there and meet those people.
Get out there and meet them, absolutely.
And tell them how much we appreciate it and thank them.
I know I worked in radio before coming into this aspect of the media side, and it was always fun for us to try and make the artists do something maybe a little out of their comfort zone. Have you had any of that where they've asked you to do something or to stand out on the street corner and just strum and sing your song and anything like that?
Yeah, I've had that happen, and other than radio, we were at lunch with, like I say, Randy is a part of the project, and Daniel and Dana, they're big fans of Randy's too, and they put me on the spot. We were all eating dinner at a restaurant downtown Nashville, and Dana's like, Shane, do you know any Randy Travis songs? And Randy's like sitting across the table from me. I'm like, this is one of my heroes. You just put me on the spot. So the first thing I'd done was bust out into an a cappella version of I Told You So because I had to save myself. But
sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always ready for anything in this business.
That's good. Well, you're a good guy, and we're happy to have had an opportunity to talk to you today. Can't wait for the new record to come out, the new music. And the video. Everybody wants to see you. Everyone wants to see Randy. So that's very cool that you got to do that together. And we look forward to talking to you again.
Well, thank you so much.
You're
I
very
appreciate
welcome.
you having me.